A breakdown report is transmitted to the TM3 and OEM foreman of a vehicle on surface with a flat tire. The breakdown is actioned immediately. All required equipment is gathered and checked for safety purposes. All pre-use checklists are done and signed off. Verification is done to ensure all driver's licenses and permits are valid. Collect all relevant documents to be used for this specific job. The mod log procedure 010, pre-wheel assembly change checklists, the pre-wheel change assembly plan task observation, and the Tyre. The appointed supervisor discusses the breakdown in detail with the wheel change crew. Detail around the job to be done is emphasized, and all relevant risks on this job are identified. Controls are put in place to mitigate all the identified risks. The Tyre is completed and signed by the working crew and operators. The planned task observation on wheel assembly replacement is done by the supervisor, wheel assembly crew and operators and signed off. After compliance is ensured, the task at hand can commence. The planned LHD to lift the breakdown vehicle approaches and is guided by the appointed spotter. The vehicle is placed in the correct position by the spotter and a safe controlled lift commences. A trestle trolley is used to place the 50-ton trestles in place. Trestles are placed on both sides of the breakdown machine. The spotter ensures that the footing is firm, where after the breakdown machine is lowered onto the trestles, the spotter will inspect the trestles to ensure that they are safe. An impact wrench or a strong bar extension socket is used to loosen and remove all the wheel nuts apart from 4 nuts situated at 12, 3, 6 and 9 o'clock. The reason for the 4 wheel nuts to remain in place is to ensure the safety of the person loosening the wheel and the wheel stays in place. The tyre handler is moved into place guided by the spotter. The tyre handler clamps the tyre and keeps it in place. The spotter instructs the tyre handler operator to switch off the tyre handler and exit his vehicle. Instruction is given to the wheel assembly change crew to enter the tyre handler jaws and remove the remaining 4 wheel nuts. After the wheel assembly change crew remove the nuts, they are instructed to leave the fork area by the spotter. The spotter instructs the tyre handler operator to re-enter his vehicle and start the tyre handler. The spotter signals the tyre handler operator to remove the wheel assembly from the hub and take it to the storage area. The new wheel assembly is transported by an LHD, ensuring the correct securing practices are followed when transporting a wheel assembly. The wheel assembly is removed from the LHD bucket with the tyre handler and guided in place by the spotter. The spotter instructs the tyre handler operator to switch off his machine. The spotter ensures that the wheel assembly valve and notch on hub align. Instruction is given by the spotter to start the tyre handler and rotate wheel assembly to the correct position. The spotter instructs the tyre handler operator to push the wheel assembly onto the hub in final position. The spotter instructs the tyre handler operator to stop and exit the tyre handler. The spotter instructs the wheel assembly crew to enter the tyre handler jaw area and secure the first 4 nuts situated in the 12, 3, 6 and 9 o'clock positions. The spotter instructs the tyre handler operator to enter and start the tyre handler. He must detach the tyre handler jaws from the wheel assembly and remove the tyre handler. The wheel assembly crew fits the remaining wheel assembly nuts and fasten them using an impact wrench or a power bar socket extension. The wheel assembly nuts are then torqued to OEM specification. Safe controlled lift commences. A trestle trolley is used to remove the 50-ton trestles. The breakdown machine is lowered onto the ground. The spotter instructs the wheel assembly crew to remove the wheel chocks from the breakdown vehicle. Instruction is given to the operator of the repaired machine to remove it and take it to the designated parking area.